Speaking of that, bro, let's do one real quick. Talking about this priest and just the amount of fear mongering, and also from this connects with everything. The Matt Pat video. Oh my god, did he use the flames on the peanut girl? Probably. Yeah, probably burnt that. Anyway, let's talk about it. Dungeons and Dragons Satanic Panic, the retro report. I'm just let's go.
It began as a cult phenomenon, then it caught on. Now a new game is sweeping the country.
You will burn forever and ever in eternal torment. You are no more.
The role-playing game Dungeons and Dragons debuted in 1974. It became a hit with many adolescents, but critics claimed it was an invitation to devil worship.
The witchcraft, the demonism, the spells.
And worse.
It is not fun and games.
The media set off a satanic panic.
A lot of adults who think it's been connected to a number of suicides and murders.
That connection has been largely debunked.
It's nothing but a witch hunt.
And the game has generated an unexpected legacy.
No way, dude.
Was a revolution.
Please tell me that I have that emote. Please tell me that I have that emote. I think I do. I do. Hold on. No weighing, bro. No way. It's the D&D demon. It's the D&D demon. Oh no. Oh no. Monopoly is a demon game too. Yeah. So is Resident Evil. So is any gaming, any role-playing game. All of it.
On a summer day in August 1979, the family of a missing teenager called a Texas investigator named William Deere with some startling information.
Okay. Dallas Egbert had disappeared from Michigan State University during the summer session.
James Dallas Egbert III was a 16-year-old sophomore, and his family hired Deere to help find him.
He was a computer nerd, and he had a large amount of hair and carried his little briefcase. I wasn't sure that I was being told exactly what precipitated his disappearance. So I said, well, I guess the best thing we can do is I'll go to Michigan State University and I'll find out for myself exactly what was going on.
Okay. What he found when he went to Egbert's dorm room was a shelf of neatly stacked books and something else.
There was a cork board with a series of tacks.
In what might look like a random pattern of thumbtacks, the investigator saw what he thought could be a clue. The shape resembled a building that was part of a network of underground campus steam tunnels, which students told him they sometimes explored.
We set out with maps, and we started going into the tunnels one morning with press everywhere. I entered with the idea that I did not know what I was getting into.
But he had a hunch that it had something to do with a game that was growing in popularity.
Oh my god.
This is a quest in a fantasy world of castles and dungeons.
You said what? I saw a dick in those what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Monsters and dragons. This world has become real to these people.
Like the
it's
shape?
all part of a game
okay.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons.
I thought I was finished. I thought I was about to get banned, delete the VOD at like GG, bro.
Also known as D&D, was created by the late Gary Gygax and Dave Arneson in the early 1970s. It was born out of their love for military war games, and they devised scenarios with made-up characters that incorporated their interest in history and fantasy fiction. Gygax said it provided an escape.
It does. It does. If there's anything that you take away from this video, YouTube or Twitch chat or whoever, bro, if anything, D&D is therapeutic for me. I am not satanic. I am not here trying to summon demons. Bro, I just need an escape sometimes, bro. From like my own mind, really. You know? and D&D is just fun, bro.
In dealing with the modern world, it would feel much better if we knew that we were a superhero or a mighty wizard.
Black nails, oh
the
god.
game is played in a group, and the guide, or dungeon master,
You enter.
That's me for my group. That's me. That's me. Which would probably mean that I am the most satanic out of the entire group. But hey, hey,
A very small room.
talks the players through the fictional, sometimes violent adventures they will go on.
And each has an elaborate scoring sheet for his character, with points for wisdom and strength and the like. A throw of these special dice decide the outcome of battles in an intricate scoring system. Nothing is acted out. The real action is in the mind.
Now you guys are entering the castle.
But some, including Deer, worried that while the action was imaginary, some kids might take it too far.
You're leaving the world of reality into the world of fantasy.
Oh, no.
That advocated murder, decapitation. And I'm going, this isn't a healthy game.
yeah, dude. He's right. Music that talks about violence is not a good thing. Right? Movies as well. So no more violent movies. No more movies that have monsters. No more movies that have violence. No more movies that have sex. Oh my god. None of it. This cannot be healthy, dog. It can't. In the first grade, I made my class put on a puppet show. That's as close as I got to a game master. Hey, there you go. You are already playing D&D. You were just missing a couple numbers and some dice, bro. There you go. Think of the children. No more Night at the Museum. Nothing. Anything that has anything magical in it. Harry Potter, satanic. Game of Thrones, satanic. Bro, all of it, satanic. Pokemon, satanic. I don't make the rules. I just spread them.
How can it be a healthy game?
I just spread them.
That game, and Deer's hunch that Egbert was playing it in the tunnels, made great fodder for headlines, but it was a dead end, and Deer went back to Texas empty-handed.
It wasn't within a day or two that the phone call came in. And I was told where I could find him.
That's my grandmother.
That he was still alive. So we flew out, and I'm trying to remember his exact words, but he couldn't really say a lot. And I left it like that.
Egbert was a complicated teenager whose disappearance was never fully explained and who later committed suicide.
There was speculation he was the victim of a campus game called Dungeons and Dragons, but after a month-long nationwide search, he was found unharmed.
Deer fed into the growing...
Okay, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Meanwhile, I like watching After Earth. After Earth is great. It's not like my favorite movie in the world. There are a lot of people that really love that movie, and I mean, to each their own. To me, it was cool. It was cool. It was a cool movie. It was cool. Anyways, let's talk about it, bro. This is not only something that happened in the 80s. This happens to this day, right? Where people do not understand the importance of mental health, right? This kid took his own life. He clearly had problems going on, right? And D&D was probably his escape as well from things that he had going on, right? Bruh. When are we as a society, and thankfully we've been getting there. Thankfully we've been like slowly like realizing just how important mental health is, right? But still, the amount of people that don't understand the importance of mental health and just how it connects with everything. Mental health affects physical health. Mental health affects relationships. Mental health affects your work ethic. Mental health affects every aspect of your being, right? Because mental controls everything, right? But there are some people that still don't get that, but instead blame D&D. They blame music. They blame media. They blame religion. They blame all types of things. Like, dog, that's not the issue. And when are we going to realize the real issue that's happening here? It's a mental health problem. it is not a religious issue. It's not a satanic issue. It's not a video game, media, music, movie, TV show. That's not the issue. It's mental health. But hey, what do I know? What do I know? Things are only dangerous when stupid people take things too far. Exactly.
Suspicions.
And that's with everything. That's with every aspect of life. Things are only dangerous when things go too far. Is there a, is it a Mr. Krabs issue? What? Okay. Well, welcome, Stargazer, because this is your first time chatting. Welcome. And no, it's not a Mr. Krabs issue either. No.
About D&D in a book that pointed to the game as a culprit in
Thank you for the follow.
disappearance.
I appreciate it.
But Tim Cass,
welcome.
who helped develop...
We are usually not like this. we are usually not like this, but thank you for the follow and welcome to the Wolf Pack. Holy.
D&D with Gary Gygax
I had to talk about it
says
for a little.
Deere was just hyping the story for personal gain.
He was a publicity hound, and he knew that he could hang it on D&D and gather a lot of media frenzy, and he did. Dallas Egbert is a tragic story. Brilliant young man.
So what is this?
Sent off to
We're talking about Dungeons and Dragons Satanic Panic. We were watching a video that kind of connected with like how like fear mongering can take place with like people's like consumption of like what they eat and drink. And then we like watched clips from like a video that Rhett and Link, these like very OG YouTubers, uploaded about playing Dungeons and Dragons and then having a demonologist with them, and how he basically like believed any aspect of D&D is like satanic. And now we're watching this, so we're just watching videos. We're just watching videos.
University at 15.
Specifically right now about the Satanic
D&D
Panic
in the steam tunnels.
Still, that attention set off an unexpected chain of events.
Our stock took off, literally. We sold thousands of more copies within 90 days of all that stuff happening.
Damn.
And we were up in print runs. That's when we took off.
Sales nearly quadrupled the year after Egbert disappeared. As the cult game was going mainstream, Dungeons and Dragons generated interest in two conflicting groups: people who wanted to buy it and those who wanted to ban it. And televangelists
D&D
took on a new crusade.
Stargazer, let me talk to you real quick. You are going to fit in great here. You are in the right place. You are going to fit in great. Because that is, I can see Elisma making a joke like that. I can see Uncle Ian making a joke like that. He's already here. This is your home, bruh. This is where you belong, bro. He said, does D&D stand for Dicks and Dicks? You're home, bro. You're home.
They are kids like yours, like the ones in your neighborhood. Kids who are turning to darkness because society has shut God out.
Conservative, fundamentalist,
Me, I'm an angel.
Christian
Who are you lying for,
group would see a
Who
game
are you lying for?
that involved satanic figures, evil figures. That would be a source of concern.
Dungeons and Dragons has been called the most effective introduction to the occult in the history of man. It is a fantasy role-playing game that teaches demonology, witchcraft.
Gygax, a religious man himself, was put on the defensive. The company hired psychologist Dr. Joyce
I'm not going to go back to what it said, but it said the hard R. Not the... It said that word. There you go, Stargazer. How? I play D&D all the time. Excuse me. Remember OF at 500 followers. Yeah, you're OF. You're OnlyFans. I ain't agree to that.
brothers to
I ain't
fend
agree to
off
that, bro.
criticism.
There is good and evil in life, and the way Dungeons and Dragons is set up is that good triumphs over evil.
Elisma, exactly. Thank you. Thank you. Bad people can play D&D and use it for bad reasons, but that can be said for everything. Religion, movies, music, TV shows, D&D. Like that statement is unilateral. That's the word, right? Unilateral. I'm not reading your comment. I'm not reading your comment, Stargazer. Hell no. Jesus Christ. Yes, Elizabeth, that is a fact. That is a fact. That applies to everything in life. That applies to every aspect of human life, or just life in general. Yeah, I agree with you.
Tim Kask says that in private, he and Gygax couldn't believe the game was being linked to devil worship.
Without sounding disrespectful at all, we laughed our butts off most of the time. Because it's like, are you kidding me? You really think we're teaching your children demonology?
But the controversy grew after the news media reported that a string of teen murders and suicides had one thing in common. The killers or victims were D&D players.
Mary Towie was killed by two friends, Ron Adcox and Darren Molitor. The crucial point is, can a game create psychosis, or is someone like Darren Molitor an accident waiting to happen, with or without the game?
Yes.
If you found 12 kids in murder-suicide with one connecting factor in each of them, wouldn't you question it? And that's all people do.
I would certainly do it in a scientific manner, and this is as unscientific as you can get. It's nothing but a witch hunt.
But many grieving parents believed there was a connection. Pat Pulling's teenage son committed suicide, and she spoke publicly, claiming that his game playing contributed to his death.
These children not...
No. This video is not... Okay. Let me make this clear, okay? The satanic panic is uninformed. It is fear-mongering, and it is just a witch hunt. None of it is based in actual statistics, right? Most of it comes from individuals. Yeah, parents blaming the game for their bad parenting. Exactly, right? It's the same thing with music. The exact same thing happened with heavy metal music, or just rock music in general, and it's happening with rap right now. Like oh, it's violent, it's dark, it's da 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 da. So that must mean that this individual killed this other person, or hurt this other person, or committed suicide because of that thing. It's like, no, bro, it's a mental health issue. It is a mental health issue. But let's just blame everything else for it.
Only begin to have violent dreams or violent thoughts or negative, depressing type things. They become very much a part of this character.
Young people commit suicide for a whole variety.
Sure, I like rock music. I listen to almost any genre of music. The only genre of music I don't seek is country music. But if country music came on, I would let it play, you know? But I like all types of music. Yeah, send me a song. Sure.
For reasons.
The only issue is send it to one of my mods. Whisper it to one of my mods. Well, the only mod right here is Uncle Ian right now. So whisper it to Uncle Ian, and then he'll send it to me, because you can't post links in the chat. I was told I'd become violent from watching crime docs. LOL. Like, LOL, I must be evil. I sleep on that shit. Yeah.
In my research, I saw nothing
Everyone
that
hates
led
country.
anyone
I don't hate
towards
country.
depression or suicide.
Northwestern University professor of sociology, Gary Allen Fine, wrote a book called Shared Fantasy and studied the D&D subculture.
They were the kind of kids and young people who didn't go to dances or date on the weekends.
Sure.
It was part of a nerd culture, I guess you would say.
I can still throw death spells, huh, Steve?
The D&D culture intrigued filmmakers and fiction writers. Rona Jaffe's book, Mazes and Monsters, was loosely based on what people thought had happened to Dallas Egbert. It was made into a movie.
Oh my
starring
god,
a
I
young
remember
Tom
this
Hanks.
shit.
Let the journey begin.
Show the clip.
Well, which way do we go? They went down the storm tunnels and got to play D&D in the tunnels. We had to like sit around a table. Like how awesome would it have been if it turned out that D&D was like what they did?
Cory Doctorow.
True. There's a clip from that movie, Mazes and Monsters, right? That is so goddamn stupid. Look, Mazes and Monsters. Look, let me show you. Mazes and Monsters. What am I doing here? You piece of shit. My damn ring light fell again. Hold on. Hopefully it stays there. It's the D&D demon. No way, it's the D&D demon. I sent it. Cool. I should have. Look at this, chat.
Robbie! Pardue!
This is the Mazes and Monsters movie, right? Which is basically talking about how individuals could get possessed and lose their sense of reality by playing D&D.
What are you doing? Going to join the Great Hall. You can't. It's a trap. I have spells. I'm going to fly. You don't have enough points. I am the maze controller. Maze controller? Yes. And I have absolute authority in this game.
Game?
Game?
Oh.
Game. Game. TJ, what am I doing here?
This is the shit. This is.
Kate, why can't I remember?
Oh my god.
Was a writer and activist who early on was profiled as an avid D&D player in this story from 1985.
Your grandma gonna come douse you in holy water soon?
The moral panic was mostly laughable. The idea that there were people who were fundamentalist Christians for whom Dungeons and Dragons represented some kind of existential threat to my soul was silly. You could go around and have really satisfying arguments with like profoundly ignorant grown-ups.
Over time, the Dungeons and Dragons controversy lost steam. And today, the common thread between D&D players is less likely to include any reported links to violence, and more likely to involve Emmy Awards and literary prizes. Stephen Colbert and writers Ta-Nehisi Coates and Juno Diaz are among the millions of smart, bookish kids who played D&D and shrugged off any sense of panic.
People were bananas. My mom moral panicked. She was way more worried about us getting shanked, you know, or getting caught up in some nonsense.
It was a lot of fun. It also provided them a variety of other skills, leadership skills, negotiation skills.
We helped each other without even knowing it, man. I learned an enormous amount about what it meant to be courageous and what it meant to be passionate and the kind of hard moral choices that one needs to make in real life in this kind of fake, sort of imagined plane of action.
And for Diaz, as a young immigrant from the Dominican Republic,
hey!
The game had special meaning.
DR.
Revolution. Being a bunch of kids of color in a society that tells us that we're nothing, being permitted under our own power to be heroic, to have agency, to do the hero stuff, to take and be on adventures.
That's what's up, dog.
There was nothing like it for us. It was very, 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 very impactful.
While some parents used to worry about what kids were playing, now they're more likely to be worried about how they're playing.
Cell phones and social media have revolutionized the way we live, but how has plugging in changed the way your kids are growing up?
Through the 20th century, no more. You have this tension between free play and controlled media. I mean, that we were concerned about what sitting in darkened movie theaters would do to our children.
Nah.
Just wait 30 years and they will be worried about what their children are doing. And it will no doubt be something different than sexting and bullying as we know it today. This is not a new phenomenon. It just changes with each new.
You have the dirt demon, Elisma. You have the dirt demon. Oh no, Elisma, it's too late. The dirt demon is with you.
New technology.
Oh no.
The American Academy of Pediatrics says that in this media-saturated age, it's important for kids to use their imaginations in free play. And in a twist, the role-playing games that set off a moral panic in the past may look more like a solution than a problem to today's parents.
I want to do this so bad. I don't know how, but I want to get with like some kids and like just teach them how to play D&D and just watch me blow their minds. My goddamn camera dog. I just want to do that. Okay? Like, okay. It doesn't even have to be kids. Just people that have never played D&D before. I want to get them in a room and just show them the wonders of this game, bro. I just want to do it. D&D demon got the camera. Oh no! No way! The D&D demon is coming! Run! Run! He's coming! Oh my god, bro. Oh my god, it's the D&D demon! Spooky J! What up, my boy? What up, my boy? Long time no see in the chat, bro. Long time no see in the chat, bro. What's up, bro? What's up, bro? Long time no see in the chat, bro. Long time no see in the chat, bro. What's up, bro? What's up, bro? How you doing, bro? How you doing? Hey, bro, I'm gonna need you to run that back. What you mean, bro? Run what back, bro? Look at me. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Run what back.
Thing to dream yourself in other places, and it helps understand who you are. It's just nice to spend a lot of time thinking, imagining, in a group, collaborating.
Yeah.
Imagination is a good thing, man. Very powerful.
Great video. Great video. Great video, bro. So, lesson learned, chat. Do what you want to do, bro. Do what you want to do, bro. Just do what you want to do. Like, people are going to talk bad about you. They're gonna do all types of shit. They'll cage the elephant. The hell? I just seen it. Stargazer. I remember when people said the peace sign was satanic because it's a broken upside down cross. Like, bro, the reaching is insane. You playing sub? Yes, I want to. In a few. I do. But yo, forget what everyone's saying, okay? Chat. Talking to you specifically. Whoever's in chat right now, I'm talking to you, okay? You. Do what you want to do, bro. Have fun. Just make sure you're not hurting nobody. Make sure you aren't being an asshole to people, okay? Make sure that you're not sitting here like just being a dickhead, and you're not being this terrible shitty person. Do whatever you want. Like, live your life, because people are going to talk bad about what you're doing and judge you anyways. So just do what you want to do, bro. Life is too short. My eye. I'm sorry.